For tonight, Holliston Lady Panthers will be taking on the Ashland Clockers. Tonight is also senior night, so we will be honoring all of the senior players tonight for both teams. So if you please draw your attention to your left, we'll start by announcing the Ashland Clocker seniors. First, Sadie Gilhooly. Nora Cox. Ava Dittenhofer. Abby Dever. And Tara Betty. And now for your Holliston High School Panther seniors. At the position of team manager, Summer Huang. Summer is joined by her parents, Joe and William. Once again, Summer Huang. Next, at the position of team manager, Avery Ash. Avery is joined tonight by her parents, Meredith and Chris. Once again, Avery Ash. And next, at the position of goalkeeper and team captain, number 00, Kira Lucas. Kira is joined tonight by her parents, Maura and Brad Lucas. And also, Kira has family who are big fans of the production by the Holliston Hub. Her Aunt Susan in Ohio, her grandma and grandpa Lucas, and also Grandpa McLaughlin, who is here tonight, but he is not on the field, and her sister Megan, who is at Ohio State. Once again, goalkeeper Kira Lucas. And next, number 1, defender and team captain, Claire Fitzgerald. Claire is joined tonight by her parents, Sarah and Kevin, her sister, Alexandra, and her grandparents, Tom and Betty. Once again, Claire Fitzgerald. And next, number 4, midfielder, Bella Utke. Bella is joined tonight by her parents, Ileana and Sean, and her brother, Evan, and several other cousins, aunts, and uncles whose names I'm not allowed to make up. Once again, Bella Utke. And next, number 10, defender, Hayani Souza. She is joined tonight by her parents, Alyssa and Roni, and her sister, Mariana. Once again, Hayani Souza. And next, number 11, forward and team captain, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin is joined tonight by her parents, Christine and Jim, her sister and brother, Ellie and Patrick, and her grandmother, Francesca. Once again, Caitlin Clark. And finally, number 16, defender, Alyssa Garbarino. Alyssa is joined tonight by her parents, Amy and Charlie, her brother, Matt, her aunt and uncle, Katie and Bob, and her cousin, Ben. Once again, Alyssa Garbarino. And please give another round of applause for the Holliston High School seniors. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Holliston High School Girls Varsity Soccer here at Kamitian Field. This is Holliston High School Soccer getting ready to take on Ashland Clockers here tonight on a beautiful evening, and it's senior night here at Kamitian Field for the Holliston Panthers. And once again, this is your production brought to you here at the Holliston Hub. I'm your host, John Drohan, and I'm joined by, of course, the godfather of Holliston Soccer, none other than John Marshall. And we have a new person in the booth tonight, a color analyst who will be giving some insight, former Holliston High School soccer star, and also the granddaughter of John Marshall, happens to be my daughter. That is none other than defender Phoebe Drohan. Phoebe, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good, John. It feels good to be back.
She'll refer to me as John, even though that she is my daughter. And how are you doing over there, Godfather?
Good.
Okay. All right, so we're going to very interesting, a very entertaining broadcast tonight. And, of course, as I said, your broadcast is brought to you by the Holliston Hub. And we are joined tonight by the Executive Senior Director and Grand President of Holliston Hub, none other than Bruce Guilfoyle on the controls. And, of course, I'm not going to say you're the best camera person, because there's another one there. But because you're here tonight, you're the best camera person. That is none of the amazing Lindsay Crane. So, Lindsay, and I've been wanting for you to meet my daughter, Phoebe, and you guys are going to be fast friends. All right, so here we are. It's a beautiful evening. We just had the senior night ceremony, which is always fun and a little bit emotional, but everybody was able to get through it, dried up some of the tears, and now Holliston's ready to go. So, listen, as we go through this, you're going to see that it's not too hard. You just need to speak when something's on your mind, you just go ahead and say it. You just ask that's how John Marshall does. All right, so we'll get things set up here. Holliston, of course, is in their home crimson red, going from the northeast to the southwest. And visiting Ashland is going to be in their visiting whites, in the white with blue lettering, and we're underway. Okay, guys, tell me what you think. Here we go.
Looks pretty good so far. Nice, strong starting kick. It's always good to see Holliston doing what they know, bringing it up the outside. So
you're going to see that Holliston, and as we've been calling the games this year. As a shot inside already. That was a shot by Lauren Mulvaney. You're going to see that Holliston, they play a little bit different style than when you were here. You'll see those backs come up. And John, you can tell her that that this is something that you've seen and you really like what they've done this year.
I do. I think that's been a change for the good. I'm a little disappointed last time I saw them when they had that loss right at the end, and it seemed to me they seemed to let down a little bit. But I hope they keep up the work that they've the efforts that they've done most recently, and I'm just interested to see just how it all goes together.
One of the things I'm interested in seeing, so we have a couple of the seniors that are that normally don't start. That's number 10. That's Hayani Souza. Good to see her get in here, and also number 16, Alyssa Garbarino. Holliston looks like they're pressing early.
Yeah.
Looks like we have Holliston's first goal.
That's
first corner kick.
Yeah.
One of the things that that your grandfather and I will talk about is he doesn't believe in counting the number of corner kicks. But
honestly, yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, I think sometimes it can make you, if you got too many coming in and you're the defending team, it definitely breaks your spirit a little bit. But
that's something you don't see every day.
Well, that is the first time I've seen him do that, and that's been one of my criticisms. Nobody ever plays the ball coming back, the short ball on a corner. They have to blast it across the centre. But that's the first time I've seen Holliston do that.
Ashland looks like they've got some strong outside backs there coming up.
So we'll see. We'll see. Right now, we've spent as the game is beginning. We see a little lot of pressure up front. One of the things you're going to see, Phoebe, is you're going to see the Holliston back line. As I said, they come up, but in particular, senior defender number 1, Claire Fitzgerald. Right now, you see her. She's playing in the center back position, but she is not afraid to come up. She's got the speed to be able to come back. Also, senior on the outside, number 11, Caitlin Clark, also has speed, and you'll see her definitely press forward. That's Mulvaney right there, number 3. Mulvaney and the two, Lauren Mulvaney and, of course, Kate McCarron, number 22, are the two. Those are the two people that really done most of the offensive damage, and along with Hannah Holden. So we're underway. We got a Holliston free kick here. There's Holden taking that long ball in. Popped up just to the outside. See who that keeper is for Ashland. Hopefully she'll be getting a lot of work tonight. I think that was Isabella Piantadosi. Correction. All right, we have another Holliston corner. Phoebe, what do you think on this? Think they're going to go for that short corner?
No, I think they're looks like they're going straight for the middle.
Ball in and just over the head. Mulvaney almost got it. There's McCarron, pushes it back. Shot in by Fitzgerald.
It looks like Holliston's definitely pushing the offensive play, which I like. They look strong up there, so I think they're going to do some damage tonight, John.
Careful with your Johns, because you don't know who you're talking to, but that's good. So speaking of which, John, one of the things that you had mentioned in the last game is that they had kind of started like this. They'd come out strong. They'd come out putting a lot of pressure and trying to get the ball down. But remember, what happened to them? They all of a sudden, or as time wore on, they started to give up.
They did, and I one of the criticisms I have is that they always they were very strong. I think is it left? What is that?
So right now, Kate McCarron's at center back, or sorry, at striker.
Well, there's one side of their attack is pretty strong, and they tend always to go that way, and they ignore the other side of the field, and very often that player on the other side is wide open, and that was very evident the last time I saw them. And it's a shame because if only somebody would change direction, it just opens everything up.
Sophie Grant covering. So Sophie Grant right now, she'll play that other center back position. And Sophie Grant, a sophomore, has just done an outstanding job all season long, enabling Holliston to maintain that attack. And it looks like there's another Holliston free, or correction, Ashland free. Goes to Mulvaney. Mulvaney plays that attacking midfielder, and then Alyssa Grandforth plays that defending midfielder. Hannah Holden finds herself in the middle there as well, and that's where that game. Speaking of Grandforth, there she is. And that's where that game is won and lost. There's Clark on the outside.
See, that right there is where we need that outside back to fly up and come up that side.
Right, that support, and there she is.
But there she is.
Yep. Annie Souza is not afraid to come up. Clark on the outside. She's going to throw it in. Of course, we have to. This is Caitlin Clark. This is soccer Caitlin Clark, as opposed to the basketball player Caitlin Clark. Because oftentimes she gets that mixed up. So as play continues, we our fall sports this year, McCarran plays in. Our fall sports will be brought to you by our sponsors here, sponsors of all of the Holliston High School fall sports. As Holliston trying to push in, but just can't seem to crack it. That's a trip.
I don't know about that. Kind of looked like a fall on the turf to me, but
You're gonna see, and Granddad will tell you, you're gonna see that up here. Oftentimes, a lot of the fouls look different than they do probably on the field.
yeah, definitely.
And looks like that ball's Ashland trying.
It's a
Nice
good
turn
cross.
inside. Sousa's there.
Nice block out. Oof.
Some contact. No call. Fitzgerald's able to get a foot on it, get it to Grand Force, but then it comes back. Ashland looks like they have some people who can hit it. There's McCarran. It bounces over the head of Grant. Sousa's down, but she's up. Grant's there. Sousa with a good left foot, strong out to McCarran, has got it. McCarran
Good.
snaps it behind her, but there's nobody there. Granddad, what do you think? I'm a little nervous here because I feel like the Ashland shape seems stronger than Holliston's right now.
Well, it's early in the game. I think I don't remember seeing Ashland this year, did we?
We have not seen as the first time we've seen them this year.
Yeah, they seem to be moving. When they come up, they move up in unison, which is encouraging to see. But I don't know. I think that the Holliston defense seems to be taking care of business right now anyway.
Yeah, I think Ashland comes into this game with a winning record of 8-6.
Oh, they do? Oh.
Yeah, so Ashland's, they're a team in record.
Yeah.
And they look like they're moving the ball, but I just noticed their shape that they stay spread out. Where Holliston, they'll gravitate to the ball, especially as the game goes on. Phoebe, one of the things that in the teams that we watched, the teams that you played on. So Phoebe is a senior and graduated in 2022, and this was kind of, you were right there at the beginning of the golden years of Holliston soccer. Phoebe was a freshman of the year that they won that state championship. And then, of course, we were attacked. Everybody was, consumed by COVID. And we had COVID soccer playing in masks. Do you remember those were some good times?
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting experience there.
Long ball in, not right to Lucas.
Now, she plucked that one out of the air very confidently, and I was pleased to see that.
Kira Lucas, of course, is the daughter of Air Force alumni. We have to talk about it. Brad Lucas, Air Force Academy. He had seen him earlier in the day. He had reminded me that it was Air Force Week. I was like, oh, great. Just my favorite week of the year.
Oh, that's some good give and go there on the outside.
So Holliston trying to work on the outside. Let's see who that is that's come up. It's hard to see whose number that is. I think it might have been Claire Fitzgerald, and it was. So Holliston will try and do that. They'll try and do that kind of some passing, trying to get and bring that back up with some follow-up to be able to push that ball down the outside, but they have to be careful because it looks like Ashland has some speed. Clark turns, trying to find McCarran. And you'll see, so back in your day, a lot of the offense kind of went through, one or two people, right? And if you remember, who was your kind of offensive threat on your senior team?
I think Caitlin O'Connell was a pretty strong forward that we had. We had a couple of people actually.
I remember Mia Luisi was always a scoring threat.
Yeah. I feel like Caitlin, Mia, Tatum was up there too, but she often played in the back. No, we had a pretty good lineup that year.
You had a very good lineup that year. And this team right here, this Holliston team is not unlike that. They have very strong defenders and strong that aren't afraid to come up. But kind of the offense goes through 22. So Kate McCarron is really the big offensive threat, and we've seen her, throughout the course of this season, really have some dominating periods. And that's a shot in. Nice left foot.
Nice shoot. Who was that?
So that was Sophie Grant, your center back coming up. So far the two Holliston shots have been taken by the center backs. One of Claire Fitzgerald, and now Sophie Grant takes one. Claire took one off that corner. So Holliston's trying to find some sort of a scoring combination here. Get some shots on goal. Go ahead.
I do always like seeing the center back come up. I feel like you don't see that very often. If you get good coverage, it honestly makes for a good play.
And one of the things that we've seen Holliston do is they cover for one another. So, and that's really been their strength, is their defense and their midfield play. Really they've been able to kind of bring those backs up and keep pressure, keep that ball down in the opponent's end. But it all depends on being able to rotate back.
It's a good turn.
Mulvaney, strong. Mulvaney, the sophomore, gets a ball on.
Ashland looks pretty good this year. I feel like when I remember playing them, things were a lot different.
No, it's one of those things.
They are a very good side, and they have been up to now. But they use the when they're close, they use a short ball. They pass to one another, and instead of trying to hit the ball long upfield. But I think the trouble today is you're not seeing them be able to do that because Ashland's kind of not allowing them to do that. They're a very good, quick tackling, aggressive little side actually.
We have a couple Holliston substitutions come in. Some of the natural starters that normally play. Lucy Mancuso, who plays that outside back, number 14 on the outside. And you'll see her. There she is right there. You'll see her. She's not afraid to come up and has the speed and the ability to come back and cover.
Good step by the center back there. Nice ball.
Nice pass.
So Grant on the outside.
Looks like Ashland's doing a good job of kind of picking off that outside forward that's coming up. They're applying some good pressure there, but as other John, maybe older and wiser John, will say, he always used to say, if you're coming up that wide side, just one touch back, and that other player will go right by you. So maybe hopefully we'll see.
All right, we'll see if we see some of that. It's good. It's good to bring it. Then we got Clark on the outside. She's got some space.
Yes, that was very nice coming across there.
Clark trying to get to the outside and just can't.
No.
Ashland defenders are doing their job.
The outside defenders are pretty good, You have to give them credit.
So we're 16 minutes in. No score. No real threats by either team, but we'll see this. Holden's there. Mancuso's there.
Ashland's got that forward sitting high up there, which is a little bit scary, but looks
scary now.
Center back's on her.
See if Claire Fitzgerald's going to take care of that, and she does. Pass it back to Kira Lucas. Lucas pops it up. She's finding out what she wanted to do. Grantford's there trying to fight for it. And there's another shot in. So Ashland's taking some shots from distance. Holliston still trying to work this right side with Clark and Holden and Mancuso.
Good ball.
Karen
good.
And
a little
Clark
bit too hard.
Just unable to get it.
That's all right.
You'll find that as we call the game, as the game goes on, my partner will find himself coaching the game as opposed to giving unbiased analysis. So that's and we're for those of you watching, and if you're an Ashland fan and you're watching this, we'll apologize ahead of time. This is a home game, and we're the home announcers, and this is a home production. So I'm sure that we'll read Ashland. But of course, we're going to give credit where credit is due. And we're saying that Ashland's playing strong today. We'll see if we'll see how they do. But Ashland scores a goal, it's going to sound different than when Holliston scores a goal. One of the things that we've had an issue with is, and remember in the past, is we would announce the goal over the loudspeakers. We have the right here. We just kind of tell everybody. And it's funny because the reason that we had to stop doing that is because there were some complaints from some of the neighbors, and a ball in. That's trouble. And the ball gets, Lucas is there.
That's a nice save.
And Lucas just got a piece of it.
Yes.
With two Ashland attackers coming down on her, and Lucas was just able to push it past the post.
Now that's one of the improvements over the last few games that she has made. She comes out now.
And that was a tough. That was
very difficult. Yes, it really was.
What do I do? Right?
She has to go, but she did exactly. That was a lovely save, actually.
So
because that was a goal.
That was as good as a goal, but not. So Ashland doesn't capitalize on that opportunity. Here they are again. Ball gets popped up. It's blocked slightly. Lucas is going to get to it, and she does.
Nice. I will say Ashland does look like they're moving pretty good in the forward line there. They got two girls kind of giving it back and forth to each other, which looks like they're moving the ball pretty well. So
walking down in front of us, there's a blast from the pass right there.
Oh yeah, shout out to Coach Aziz.
Coach Aziz.
One of Holliston's finest coaches to run through the program for sure.
All right, we had Coach Aziz as your JV coach back in a million years ago. Coach Aziz, I saw him, was able to talk to him before the game. I'd let him know that one of his former favorite players, Phoebe, was going to be doing the color commentary tonight. So make sure you say hi to Coach Aziz. Long ball in, that could be trouble, but Lucas is able to handle it. She gets hit. A little contact with the keeper in front of the goal. That's trouble. But those long balls in that kind of bounce over the wall, those can cause a problem. So Ashland, one of the things that we're seeing is Ashland's got some kids that can hit it.
I was going to say they got a strong kick, it looks like, so definitely something to look out for.
That could be trouble down the road on a free kick. So speaking of free kicks, Hannah Holden takes it and pushes it quickly, trying to work up this left side.
That's not, that's
See,
not,
there we go.
Like
if we
that.
can.
I like that. Short passes.
Ellie Grant Force, nice play,
well
brings
done.
it to the other side.
Outside. No.
Trying to get that ball into Kate McCarron.
Well, it should have gone wide.
And we've seen this.
That was a nice. That was a nice play combination there.
So Ellie Grant Force takes a break, and it looks like that's Emerson Arsenal, number 2, or it might be Emma Arsenal, number 5. Ball goes in. There's a couple of Arsenals, and there are also, for Ashland, their sisters that are playing tonight. The Dittenhofer sisters, freshman and senior. So it's always nice to see sisters out playing on the same team. It'd be worse if they were on opposite teams. That's trouble. Maybe down the road.
Is something like that even possible in the public school system of the Middlesex County area?
You know what? Anything's possible these days. Anything is possible. Long ball up. Trying to push it forward, and it gets there, but there's no Ashland player to collect it except for Kira Lucas.
It looks like the Holliston backline is doing a good job of not staying too flat because those Ashland forwards are pretty quick, but I like how they're more staggered, especially if one of them is going to come up in the center back.
So the Ashland keeper's Isabella Piantadosi. She hasn't really been tested tonight, and I'm sure that Holliston would like to take advantage of that.
No.
Ball popped up, and it's Lucas, and she's going to take it easy. So, as I said, this is brought to you by fall sponsors. 5 fall sponsors here that sponsor here in the Holliston Hub. The Central Cafe, the Superette, Basil's Pizza, the Henry Studio, and then a really nice financial planning operation called Main Effort Financial. You guys may have heard of them. We're going to talk about each of those guys. We give them a little shout-out during the game. A little shoulder-to-shoulder as Caitlin Clark gets pushed off the ball. Nice play by Claire Fitzgerald on the outside to turn that.
Nice.
It's a little dangerous out there, but then puts it out gets to the middle. Arsenal's there.
You keep it on the floor when you're doing that.
Clark now up the left side. And Ashland, they seem collected in the back.
They're very composed. They really are. Yeah, they're good.
That 2022 team was pretty collected in the back. They had a strong back line, and that's kind of been the tradition of the Holliston, of the success that they've had over the past going on 10 years now. And there's McCarron, strong shot in, but she's not able to get it. You'll see Kate McCarron is one of the strongest players that we've seen. She's just a sophomore, and she probably gets that strength. One would think from her dad, but that's not true. Her dad, although her dad's a first ballot Hall of Famer in Holliston senior softball, plays for Downtown. That's, of course, great Tim McCarron. But really what we found out is that the real athlete of that family is her mom, Lori McCarron, who I think I heard today might be Lori McCarron's birthday. Yep, I think it's her 38th birthday today. So happy birthday, Lori McCarron, Kate's mom. Be nice birthday present if Kate McCarron could put one in the back of the net. We'll see if we could make that happen. Holden pushes forward. So there you see that back man. Kuzo's up.
Looks like Ashland's getting pretty physical on the field today. I will say in the past they have been one of the more physical teams. But, we always appreciate a little shoulder-to-shoulder in high school soccer. So we're going to give them credit where credit is due.
It's not for the weak or faint-hearted, that's for sure. Well, they're playing. It's a physical game. And at this level, and you tell me, like the difference between from, when you came, because we always talk about the Holliston Youth Soccer. Of course, we're with, one of the founders of Holliston Youth Soccer Association right here in the booth with us. That's none other than John Marshall. But that now HISA is what they're known as, has been a feeder to this Holliston high school team for all these years. But you tell me the difference between, from a physicality standpoint of going from that, that last level of travel till you get up to here at the varsity level, it's different, right?
It definitely is different. I mean, you're playing against kids. If you're a freshman, sometimes you'll come across a very tall, strong senior, which can be a little daunting. But, it is definitely different, more physical. You got to play a little quicker, but it's always good to be up for a new challenge.
Yep.
So
it's and that's and you get when you get your opportunity to get out there, you got to take advantage of it, because that game moves at a much different pace than it does at that travel ball, and even sometimes at that club soccer level. All right, looks like Ashland's got a bunch of substitutions coming in.
This Holliston defense here, because they're right in front of us. If you watch them, they really are playing some nice keep the ball on the ground football. They really, excuse me for using that word.
We know what you mean.
But they are. They're finding one another. They're making a little short pass here. They connect. And they're very. I think I'm quite impressed with that.
I mean, and this is coming from John Marshall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a rave. That's a rave, right? And we've said this in our past productions that if you that the best compliment you can get is if someone said, if John Marshall says that's good football. All right, another corner on the outside, ball's up and in, nice high ball, gets to McCarron's foot. And she just can't get enough on it.
Hey, now they should switch back and forth to the short corner, like they did at the beginning, because now the defense is going to be waiting for that ball now in every corner, because it's useless as corners are.
Here comes Ashland.
Oops.
What do you see?
Right now, a ball in the air, John.
That's true. That's true. But one of the things that I've noticed that they've done several times, it's making things obvious. She's new at this. She's new. It's all right. She's working her way in. Is Ashland does they have a controlled transition coming in from the back and moving up, and they have people forward. They've had that several times. But like you said, the Holliston defense it's there, and it's they too seem composed in the back.
Yeah, it does seem like a pretty evenly matched game right now, which is always exciting to see. So,
now there you go. I'm glad to see she came out.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It's almost like she didn't have much of a choice at that point. It's that Ashland's it's not for they are getting some opportunities.
They've been sneaking through. It looks like.
No, you can't write them off. Absolutely, they're a good little side.
Arsenault long ball in. How much she's looking for?
Wait a minute, didn't she handle it?
That looked. I don't know how the ref
Didn't somebody
didn't
handle
see.
it?
That's what I thought
Sometimes
too.
handballs look different up here. McCarron forward. Oof. Almost there. Piantadosi's there to make the save.
Oh wait, they're bringing it back. Or what was that?
It's just a save.
No, that was a offsides or something.
It's like it was you're right. It was an offsides. All right, so Holliston's still trying to work that outside, but here comes Ashland.
Ashland is doing good at bringing it up on the outside, and they kind of crossed it in the middle. I think 25. Abby Dever is doing a good job of kind of serving it to one of their two other forwards, or just kind of cutting it through.
Abby Devers, she was one of the Ashland seniors we announced. So,
although Holliston's here knocking on the door.
Mulvaney's there, gets up, no whistle. Almost an opportunity to stand right in front of that goal, but unable to cash in. Shout out tonight to, we talked earlier about Kira Lucas Sr. This is one of her senior. Kira Lucas's grandparents are avid fans of the production here on the Holliston Hub of Holliston. Yeah, so just a shout out to Grandma and Grandpa Lucas. And also, I think this is, I said this was Kira's
nice
aunt, but I think it might be Brad's aunt. Ball in. Mulvaney's there, fight for it. Mulvaney is, she can probably go step for step with anybody in this league because she's super fast coming up and able to control that ball. But again, the Ashland defense, it's there.
They're doing a good job of sticking to their player, I think, which I think they expected Holliston to be a little quick today on the forward side. So, but Holliston is right there with them of kind of keeping track of the forwards creeping through. So,
one of the things we've seen Holliston kind of get a little bit lazy on, especially as the game goes on, is some marking, and Lucas comes out, scoop that up. As I said, I think it's Brad's aunt, so Kira's great aunt, Aunt Susan. You have an Auntie Susan. Aunt Susan, who is a big fan of watching the games as well. So shout out to you guys. I know that your favorite announcer is the godfather of Holliston soccer, John Marshall. He's got a lot of fans.
That was some good movement from the midfield there. But Ashland is there again.
So that Ashland outside back, and I don't know if you can identify kind of what her number is and who she is, but she has been, nothing has gotten around her.
I think it's number, I can't even see from this far away. 15?
It's
Leah Dittenhofer. I think one of the sisters playing on Ashland tonight.
So Leah Dittenhofer, she is the freshman of the Dittenhofer sisters. Once again, Holliston trying to launch that ball in the box, but no one's there to be on the other end of receiving that. And
I do feel like Holliston, they just need to relax. Like, they are able to bring the ball up, and we've had this issue in the past where kind of the booting really works sometimes. But see, here's a good example of when it does kind of work. So
McCarron on the outside gets past.
No. I don't know why there were players standing right behind her.
So we're entering the 32nd minute
good
here.
Good recovery.
Ball across.
Oh.
Holden's there, and so ball across. It looked like that might have been. It looked like that was Chloe Buckley on the other end of that. No, that was McCarron.
It might have been Hannah Holden who had that last.
And the last shot was Holden. Holden had a good look at the goal, but there was just too much in front of her, and it launched off. And that's going to be a goal. I thought for sure that was a corner, but it looks like it's off a Holliston player, so it's going to be an Ashland goal kick.
It's a good ball from Ashland. I mean, can't remember the last time, or if I'd ever kicked a goal kick quite that far, but.
Fitzgerald in the middle, trying to bust through and can't.
But the defense got her back there. They got a good shape back there.
Grant's there. Grantfor's back in. Mancuso trying to push forward to McCarron. McCarron doing a good job playing with her back to the goal.
That's right. They got to keep playing.
Has some numbers. Nice play back to Holden. Holden trying to get a turn and does.
Good ball.
Who's there? Nobody. Just a little high. McCarron was there, but it was a little long for her. Looked like Utke was on the outside. She might have been able to get a piece of it, but just a little long. Nice play by Hannah Holden to turn that ball and send it forward. Just too much on it. Nice play by Grandforce to get a footer on it, but Arsenal and Uki on the outside trying to make something happen. It goes off. It's going to be an Ashland throw. A couple of scary moments here early in this first half, but nobody has anything to show for it.
I think this is going to be an interesting second half to the game. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I feel like both these teams have kind of had their fair share of chances, and I think Holliston's definitely itching for a goal, so hopefully they'll get one.
We'll see. So we're winding down the first half, just over 5 minutes to play. A lot of time for either team to put something together.
See, Ashland is doing a good job of keeping it on the ground, and look at that. It's a nice switch. Number 10 also has been doing some pretty good service, I think. But
that's Sadie Gilhooly. She's a senior as well.
What was? Oh, come on! What was that?
Tough call on Mancuso.
Really?
Lucy Mancuso earns a foul. So it's going to be an Ashland free. Going to be a little closer than where that ball sits right now.
Some of these calls done by the ref today, I do wonder if Ashland maybe brought their refs over with them.
Well, that was an odd call.
It's one of those things you just don't know. Long ball in. It's a little... And Ashland player is able to get ahead on it, but it's going to be well wide of the post. So as I said, we're brought to you by, we're sponsored by our fall sponsors. First sponsor we're going to talk about is the Central Cafe. Central Cafe, right there on Central Street, which is why you get that name. Central Cafe is it's one of those stores where you can get all kinds of groovy stuff. You can get food. They have a full liquor license if you want to get some alcoholic beverages. I mean, I think everybody here might be old enough to get alcoholic beverages in this booth. Even the junior member of our announcing team tonight. But more than that, it's a good place to hang out. And I know that there's a town think tank that meets there pretty regularly to talk about kind of the issues of the world. I think that's led by your Uncle Ken Sawyers, so who knows what they're talking about. Holliston trying to threaten, but then once again gets cleared by the Ashland defender. So, but Central Cafe is a fantastic, and one of the Holliston institutions, right there on Central Street. If anything you need, and if you want to go, and it's a well decorated, it's cozy, it's a comfortable place. You can spend some time there. You can get coffee, you can get a lottery ticket, you can get anything you want. But it's more than that. It's more than that kind of a store. So if you want to go someplace nice, head on down to Central Cafe. Things are winding down here. A long ball up, and it pops high. And those are, we see those. We've had a couple of goals this year where Granddad will tell you it gets scary when that ball gets up in the air. And those keepers that just don't have that height, the ball can kind of sneak over the top of them and bounce into that goal. We've seen a couple of goals this year scored from them.
Coming up through the middle here.
Sophie Grant leaves that out a little bit too long, and here comes Ashland.
Good step by the center back there.
That's Claire Fitzgerald. So Fitzgerald, senior, this is her 4th year, and she's a 4-year starter. So Claire Fitzgerald got there the year after you did. So you guys wouldn't have had an overlap, but Fitzgerald's has been kind of an anchor back on that back line for Holliston, playing both center back as well as the outside back. So winding down under 2, see if somebody can make something happen here early on. Bella Uki's there, tries to make them. She gets a piece of it. She's got some space, trying to find McCarron inside and gives it away. And Ashland, I think looks like it's number 24 for Ashland. Layla Grady. I think it's Layla Grady who's the one she might have one of the strongest feet that we've seen this year. She clears it into
nice control there.
Nice.
She kicked that ball to Ashland. Mancuso on the outside. Nice moves.
Good save, but
a little bit too.
Mulvaney just able to keep it in.
Got it. Good.
It's going to be an Ashland throw. So as we're winding down the end of this first half, Holliston and Ashland are still no score on senior night here. And guest announcer night. All the way from New London, Connecticut, and Connecticut College. It's Phoebe Drohan.
Yeah.
Nice turn.
But Ella Fitzgerald is right there.
It's Ella Fitzgerald. I don't know if there's any relation to Ella Fitzgerald, but that's Claire Fitzgerald.
Oh, Claire Fitzgerald.
Could have been Ella too. All right, so that's the end of the first half with no score here at Kamitian Field. Holliston Ashland still waiting for somebody to put something on the board. On behalf of the Holliston Hub, we're going to take a quick break. So if you need to do something, go get some snacks. It's probably a little around. You're probably a little hungry if you haven't eaten dinner yet. Or maybe it's after dinner. Maybe it's time for that espresso, or maybe even espresso martini. Who knows what you're doing right now while you're watching this game tonight? But whatever you do, don't go too far, because we're going to be right back with the second half. Welcome back, everybody, to Holliston High School Girls Varsity Soccer, where Holliston and Ashland are locked in a tie. No score so far as we're about to start the second half. Again, this is brought to you by the Holliston Hub. I'm your host, John Drohan. I'm with the godfather of Holliston soccer. That is none other than John Marshall, and former Holliston High School star, and now postgraduate, and our third color announcer in her first game, Phoebe Drohan. And we're underway. And Lauren Mulvaney decides that's a little shoulder to shoulder and a little more than that. Mulvaney shaking her head is wondering. I don't know. I don't know if you got John. I don't know if you saw that. Looked
like Ashland took a nice slide onto the track.
That was a Wayne Rooney kind of shoulder to shoulder there. But it's going to be an Ashland free, and it's a little dangerous because it's a little bit too close. So right in the beginning of the second half, Ashland might be in a little bit of Holliston a little bit of a pickle. Ball's up, not ball in. Lucas comes forward and she's able to get it. Kira Lucas.
That. Well, that was an excellent save.
Kira Lucas, strong ball forward. And here's Kate McCarron.
Nice.
Kate McCarron with a little space, and she gets some space. She gets a step, and McCarron and just to the outside.
Yeah.
What an opportunity there.
She did everything correct. She turned her body so that she was aiming for the corner. But I think she got a little nudge as she made contact with the ball, and it just missed. So, but still, that was it's an encouraging thing to see.
I thought Piantadosi. Did you see? I thought she got a piece of it. The Ashland keeper.
I don't think she did. I think it was just a little wide.
I mean, the ref didn't see it because it's a Ashland goal kick, but that was a very, very dangerous opportunity there for Holliston.
Yep.
And Kate McCarron just unable to get it on target.
Well, she could. Yeah, she was. And again, you have to give credit to the Ashland defense that were worrying her. They wouldn't let that. They were keeping on at her.
Here's trouble. Ashland shot. Lucas is there.
What a lovely save. That guy's playing an excellent game today,
Kira Lucas with a great save, and I'll tell you what, that was another dicey. Some holes in that Holliston defense back there.
Well,
so Kira Lucas with another nice save.
Good.
Nice ball.
That is a nice ball.
Uki's there.
Oh. Almost got a piece of it there. I will say Mulvaney does a good job of coming back.
Oh, referee.
That was, again.
So Mulvaney gets called for another foul.
Yeah, I think the referee's watching another game.
Well, that first foul that she had was a little on the egregious side. She does a nice job of turning there and getting the ball free, but there's no Holliston player on the other end.
Good pressure there.
Phoebe, tell us, how hard is it when you're on that breakaway, running at full stride, to be able to try and get that ball on? It looks like it should be easy, right? It's just you and the keeper, maybe with the defender on your left a little bit, but you should get a clean shot on that goal. It should be easy, right?
I'll tell you, John, it's not. And I've never really been much of a striker myself, so those moments have always been a little more stressful for me anyway. But, no, it's not easy. So we'll give a shout-out to 22. That was a nice shot, just a little too wide. But
I'll tell you what, McCarron showed her speed in that, too. McCarron got a step and kept the ball, and she was almost impossible to catch up with. All right, so as we're underway in the second half, with a couple of near opportunities for both teams early on, still no score. A quick shout-out, we have some people we need to shout out to. We talked earlier about some of the senior softball players. We talked about Tim McCarron and Brad Lucas, parents of some of the players. But there's also some guys that are watching the game right now. We'll shout out to the fall softball Storm team. A couple of the representatives that kind of put that team together. None other than Tom Campersall. Tom Campersall is listening with one of his former players, Phoebe Drohan here. Not in soccer, of course, but this is softball.
If you weren't there for the mock draft, you definitely missed out. So,
Corner. Yeah.
Not sure about that. I'm not sure what you're talking about that. But you know what? What I do know is the Storm's on their way to another epic season in fall softball. Stay tuned. We'll talk more about that as Holliston earns a corner down here on the left side. See who's taking that corner. I can't really see. It might be Caitlin Clark. Ball's in. It's on target. No one's there to convert it. Shot in. Oh no!
What a lovely save. Yeah. The thing was, she was right on. She was.
That was a fantastic
that
save.
Was a lovely save. But there was an element of fortune about it because she was standing right where the ball was coming. She didn't move to it. She was
Emma Arsenault got a clean shot, and Pandadosi was. There's the other corner, and Karen's it. And Mulvaney comes in.
Just a little too high.
I will say Mulvaney is knocking on the door there with a couple of these header attempts.
Yep.
Holliston's got some good players giving some strong corner kicks this game. So,
although Granddad will say that he likes that short corner, Holliston 2 really good opportunities on the old traditional corner.
Oh, yeah.
Emma Arsenal just got it. Pandadosi made a fantastic save.
Oh, here comes McCarran.
Ball in, Ucky!
I'm not.
And there it is again.
Nice.
Another great save by Pandadosi.
Yeah.
As Bella Ucky one time. Great ball across from McCarran. And Bella Ucky's there, and Luke is going to let it roll back. Ucky had a great shot. And some great goalkeeping play from both sides are keeping this game scoreless. So back to what we were saying, shout out to the Storms, Coach Eric Campersall and Tom Campersall, Eric Kaharich, and I think Kenny Soares might be listening to this too. We talked about him early. So, and of course Brian McShane. So that's the Storm think tank. Probably have to throw Pete Warren in there too.
I was going to say we can't forget about.
No, we can't forget
that
about
team's favorite player.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if Warren's on that string. All right, so back to action here.
Nice. Bring it out.
So Ashland putting together some opportunity, and Holliston answering right back. Really nice play, really good, a really good one time by Utki, but she was nixed by Pandadosi. Great goalkeeping.
Very good recovery there.
So here's where we're going to see if this game. We got a foul called right here.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Another Holliston foul, unless it was a handball. I didn't see the hand. So the game's pace is starting to pick up a little bit, along with some of the physicality and a couple of whistles early. But Holliston with 3 great opportunities, just 3 fantastic saves by the Ashland keeper. And then Ashland, the same thing on the other end. Kira Lucas keeping Holliston in this game. So it's going to come down. That first goal is going to be significant. Oh, so Holliston's
a bad call by the ref, I fear.
What was that?
I guess I don't know if it was a foul or a handball, but I didn't really see much of anything there. So
this is a dangerous opportunity for Ashland.
Ashland's got a strong. I don't know who's been taking these.
That's Ava Dittenhofer, number 19.
But someone's been taking the kicks from far back there. Who's?
I think that was Layla Grady, who's the center back who's been sending the balls from the back. So it looks like it's going to be Dittenhofer's on this free kick, and this is trouble.
What was? Oh, he's measuring the distance as the opposition to the ball. That's what he's doing. He just read that page in the manual.
Ashland, ball's up, stays low, and Lucas is there. Somehow that ball got through the wall.
I think Holliston escaped very luckily there. But still, never mind. We all deserve it. Now and again, we deserve that.
So Kira Lucas having a great game this senior night.
Nice turn by Mulvaney there.
Holliston turning. There's Mulvaney again. Mulvaney, just for clarification, she did not get a yellow card on that first foul. So Mulvaney's still playing aggressive, which is good.
I feel like a yellow card would have been a little bit crazy to hand out in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Right on senior night. Let's see who's coming in. It looks like it's Nora McGelliot, number 8. Yep, that's McGelliot. Who's playing, move over to that left outside back. So Holliston, as we talked about, earlier in the half, talked to our longtime Holliston High School coach Sean Arnold, who came to the game tonight. It was good to see him. Talking to him a little bit in between, and he said that he likes the Ashland they have some good foot control, some good passing, keeping the ball on the ground. Thinks Holliston's a little more physical, a little stronger. So that's what. It's one thing you can't rely on physicality the whole time for everything. So let's see if Holliston can put something together.
Good throw by the ref there.
So a couple whistles early on as we're in the 52nd minute.
That was some
early on in this. Say again?
I was going to say that was some quick math there, John. Sounds like this might be a good time to start talking about main effort financial.
That's right. We should be talking about some. We'll save main effort financial, but talk about our next our next fall sponsor we're going to talk about is none other than Superettes. Small little food store, brand new, just opened up, brand new in Holliston. Wait a minute, no, it's not. Superette's been around. It's been here before Jesus moved here. Shot in.
Oh,
nice turn by Hannah Holden.
Yeah.
Strong left foot, got a good shot, but right at Pandadosi. So the Superette, a long-standing Holliston institution, run by none other than my dear friend Chris Lancini. Chris Lancini has done more for Holliston than anybody I know. He's always involved in everything, and everybody knows about the Superette. You can get great sandwiches there. We've had, growing up, we've had plenty of times there's a ball in. The classic, what's the classic soup? What's your still go-to Superette sandwich?
just a turkey and cheese, Like to keep it simple, but they're the only place that can do it right, so.
And how many times have we tried to recreate it at home with, dozens of different kinds of turkey, dozens of different kind of cheese, bread, and you just can't do it.
Can't do it.
There's something magical about that turkey, that cheese, that bread, that mayo. So it's making me hungry just talking about it right now. Ball
good
in.
shot.
And that might be it. That might be what Holliston needs, or one of these teams need, is some kind of deflection or a sandwich. Right? No, but some kind of some mistake, because right now both teams are playing solid.
They're playing nice,
especially keepers.
Oh, good.
Nicely. That was another nice, but I don't agree that Holliston more physical. I don't think that's. I think you miss something. Holliston are very fast, and they're very aggressive, and they're very skillful. And you put those together, and you can say, oh, they're physical, they're too physical, but they're not. They're playing the way they should be playing, and they're extremely talented. A bunch of girls, I think. I think they're playing better today than I've seen them play for a long time. I think that's a credit to Ashland, because Ashland is staying with them.
And Ashland is staying. That's true. So there you go. You have that, and this is why we bring you on. This is why your contract gets renewed year in and year out.
Is that
because
why?
you recognize, right? You recognize that the physicality of soccer, it's a real thing, and it's part of the game.
Unfortunately, it's part of the game, and the speed has been another thing. I mean, quite honestly, in the past, I've just got sick and tired of watching the Premier League in England on television because things happen so quickly you can't see it. So I liked it better when they dropped back to some of the German leagues, which quite honestly, and I'm sure the Germans would be a bit pissed off if they could hear me say it, but they're a tad slower. But as a spectator, you can see.
So you're just saying that Germany in general is slower?
Well, no, I don't. No.
Ball across. Lucas is
Nice
there.
save. I will say the Holliston goalkeeper is having a great game tonight.
She is. She's having one of the better games I've seen her play.
So Kira Lucas is definitely keeping Holliston. She's had her work cut out for her. Here comes Holliston on the outside. McCarron, ball in.
Ball.
Nice.
Uki's there.
Who's there?
No.
Uki still has it. Pandadosi's able to corral it.
Wow.
So a lot
That
of
was a great
action
ball.
in front of that Ashland goal.
Yeah.
Great cross. Great bringing it up by McCarron.
That was a great play.
Did you see that defender? That one Ashland defender was the one who just, I think, was able to prevent that from Uki because she had a shot, but the Ashland defender was right there on her and able to kind of push her off of her line.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Ashland's marking tonight, I think they definitely would be in a little bit of trouble. But yeah, the Holliston team does look very good. I think legend John Marshall, you're right. Like the fact that Ashland is able to keep up with them definitely says something about the way that their team has been playing this season. So, I mean, I would have no idea, but they look pretty good today. So,
I mean, right now as we're coming into that first team that scores is going to have a significant advantage.
great turn by Mulvaney there.
Kate McCarron back to Mulvaney.
Just missed it too.
So McCarron and Mulvaney doing some magic in front of that Ashland goal, but unable to connect. And Mulvaney's getting up a little slow.
Oh, looks like is she coming off or? Oh, no.
Looks like she's coming up. Uki's coming out. Arsenal's coming in. So another Holliston opportunity. Holliston looks like they're knocking on the door. And right now I think it feels like that the momentum is kind of leaning towards Holliston. It feels like Holliston is close, and between McCarron and Mulvaney really seem like they've kind of taken this up just one notch higher.
Yeah.
So Ashland's going to have to be careful because could be just that. One slight mistake.
Unlucky there. Nice stop by Claire Fitzgerald.
Claire and Ella Fitzgerald, no relation. Fitzgerald forward. Fitzgerald taking that ball forward. Turn in. McCarron, the left foot, gets it on target. But Pandadosi's there once again. So just as good a game, of course, would be Kira Lucas's luck that she goes up against a keeper's having a game the same as she is.
Yeah, absolutely. She's played a fantastic game. I think both goalkeepers have, but I think the Ashland goalkeeper she's had more coming at her.
More tested.
That's right. Yeah.
Here comes Ashland. Lucas came out. Arsenal turns. And it is getting physical down there.
Well, as the pace steps up, it will. There's nothing wrong in that. It's just the speed increases, the excitement increases,
That's right.
The anticipation increases.
And the anxiety increases because right now we're still locked at 0.
Yeah, we are.
Mulvaney's there on the back helping out. Some substitutions coming in. I wonder if this could turn into
Mulvaney's coming out. Wait.
Mulvaney comes in, or Mulvaney's out. Let's see who comes in.
Ella Lombardo.
Looks like Ella Lombardo, number 20. Karen.
Nice pass. There you go.
So what I was going to say is I wonder if fatigue's going to start to play because it looks like both of these, especially some of some of these midfielders are going fast and they're playing at full speed on both sides. So I wonder if it could be, and this is for both teams, I wonder if this could be an issue. And here's on the outside, there's Arsenal. She runs into traffic. So, John, in these close matches, when you're, when one break one way or the other could be the difference of this game.
Yep.
You want to be aggressive, right? You want to continue to press, but at the same time you have to be careful, right?
You want to stay focused. You got to stay focused. I mean, speed is great where speed is needed. Sometimes speed ain't needed. If you do something too hastily, you lose a little bit of concentration. No, you just still got to stay focused, dude.
I mean, everybody back at home who's listening, write that down. Speed is great when speed is needed. All right? That's right. Yeah, write that one down.
But sometimes speed ain't needed.
Sometimes speed ain't needed. Put that one in the book.
Did I say that?
You sure did. Of course you did. Again, this is why your contract is renewed, and which is why your agent has a very easy time negotiating it, because they pay you whatever you want.
Yeah.
Speed is great when speed is needed, and it's not great if it ain't needed.
This goes back to what you were saying earlier about Germany being slow.
That's right.
Well, it's just different. It's the game is still the game. The skill is still the skill, but the level of speed that it's played at it goes up a notch, and I particularly don't like that. I want to see a game. I don't want to see a sort of record of the past,
My issue, I feel like, with the Premier League in the past hasn't been so much that it's too quick, but more, I feel like, in terms of physicality, it just every time someone, people go down every minute just because.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that to me just
another thing. That's why I think you should watch the women's soccer, watch the women's international teams, and they don't do that. Well, they never did. I hope they're not learned into it, but they don't get in with that nonsense, and they are much more interesting to watch, and they're just as skillful.
And think about how that has just skyrocketed in popularity over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
There's a women's Premier team to match every men's Premier team, and those are some of the greatest players in the world. And here comes Ashland. That's trouble. Gets around Grant. And Lucas comes out to scoop it up.
It does look like that the Holliston midfield might be getting a little tired here, but we haven't seen as many pushes forward. But
so as we're in the 64th minute, Arsenal's there. Here comes McCarron. McCarron trying to bust through and can't.
No, that was a nice piece of defending, actually.
McElliott's there. She pops it forward. No one's there on the other end.
Find somebody to pass it to.
Grant trying to stop it, but Cannon is going to earn a Holliston throw. So as it winds down a little bit, we'll see if Holliston, like as the godfather of Holliston soccer said, is able to maintain focus. It looks like they might be losing a little focus here. Ashland puts up the left side, but
good ball.
That's trouble. Shot in, and just clears the crossbar.
That's a nice shot. Yeah, that's right.
Number 27, Phoebe Riley.
That was number 27, Phoebe Riley. And Phoebe Riley, she hammered that and just missed it, and just cleared the crossbar. That was trouble, because nobody was going to get that. Kira Lucas, as tall as she was, that ball had some purpose on it. Lucas clears it out. So Ashland with an opportunity and just misses that. But it looked like that Holliston was losing a couple of their marks. It looks like there might be a little bit of some gaps in there that we weren't seeing so much in the first half. Let's hope that they can clean that up and clean it up quickly. Holden on the outside, trying to transition.
Nice.
Mancuso.
Nice. Look at that crossfield, just exactly where to go.
McElliott's there, lobs it out, and Arsenal's unable to get to it. Lombardo in the middle. She pushes forward, finds McCarron.
Oh, look.
McCarron turns on the outside. McCarron on the left. McCarron with a step.
Referee.
And just
referee. Come on. Come on.
So a lot of contact up there, and it looks like Kate McCarron's able to earn that corner. And the refs are going to consult one another. It's not I don't think they blew a whistle.
Oh, there we go.
It's going to be a Holliston corner. And see, it looks like Hannah Holden's going to take this corner. Don't be surprised if you try and get Kate McCarron on the end of this corner.
You try quick. Oh, they picked it up. They waited too long.
Long ball in. Ashland's there. Phoebe Riley gets ahead on that ball. It's Phoebe Riley. Looks like she's the tallest person on that field. Still a lot of action in front of that goal. Grandfors is there. And the ball goes through, and it just missed. Grandfors was able to get a foot on it. And Pandadosi just makes a diving save. So here we go again. Holliston corner on the right side. Pandadosi is having a game.
She is. She really is.
Ball up.
Oh, nice.
Mulvaney's there. It's cleared, and it's cleared by...
Oh, no.
Here comes Ashland.
Good.
Nice play by Sophie Grant to turn it back in. There's McElliott. McElliott tries to push it forward.
Oh, she's looking for that. There you go. Oh, that's a nice part. That's a nice...
And
that
Ashland
was a
says...
nice constructive second.
Ashland says, we need to take a break. We need to regroup. A quick throw in. Not a lot of time for regrouping. Holliston still trying to keep the pressure on. Claire Fitzgerald's there.
Ooh, Ashland sees that girl coming
trouble.
down.
She's going to miss it.
Here's trouble. Sophie Grant's able to... that could have been... You saw that as well. Ashland had an unmarked player streaking down the middle of that field.
That's what you got to watch out for in the later half of the game. It's those players kind of creeping up on you in the back there, but...
And they're creeping. They're creeping fast. So this is where, as you said, the focus, the discipline, maybe not as much speed as you think you need. Keep things under control so you don't have those kind of...
Don't get too excited. You lose focus.
As I said, often these commentations, our commentation is just the equivalent of coaching.
Yeah.
Lucas comes way out. She better get back there. There's Hannah Holden, nice turn.
And look up wide. I think Bella Utke is open.
Utke's on the outside. She's there, able to turn. And
just missed it.
Play. Nice play by that Ashland defender to take that ball off Uki and just push it outside. It's going to be a Holliston throw. Couple more substitutions coming back in. Looks like Arsenal's coming out. Lombardo's coming out.
Mulvaney's back on. And I don't know.
Throw in.
Oh, who's there? Oh, good
Claire
effort.
Fitzgerald
Nice
puts it on the
save.
floor. Doesn't get enough on it. Just looked like it might have been wide. She'd like to have that one back. She tries to one time and it's just one beat too much.
Nice trap by the Ashland midfielder there. She's had a couple good traps. It's not easy to do.
Well, we've been saying this the whole game. Like Ashland is showing some real skill out there. Real hitting balls with purpose. I mean, this is, although Holliston had some really good opportunities in this half, haven't been able to cash in on any, this thing could go south on them really quickly.
Good pressure.
Not if Lauren Mulvaney has anything to say about it. And there she goes, turns on the outside.
Oh, good ball.
She's got Caitlin Clark out there. Nice play by.
Nice turn. Oh. Great ball in the wide.
Don't get stuck in the corner.
Clark out there tries to push it through. Just trying to get that ball inside to Hannah Holden and can't. Still there. Mancuso. So Mancuso coming up from that outside back position is able to keep pressure on. We're in the 70th minute. No score. And you can see, you know, there's, you know, oftentimes you'll see, like, as games go, there'll be some players that'll just, it'll be their game, right? And I feel like that Lauren Mulvaney has been involved in so much that's happened. Claire Fitzgerald's been involved in so much that happened. I think that we could watch out for her. And there's Mulvaney again.
A nice pass.
Yeah, she's got some great skills.
It seems like this could be, she could be the one to watch for. And Sophie Grant as well.
No, you can't just kick it up the middle because they've got.
There's Grant.
Nice.
She's got some help. Ball in. It just deflects. But Kira Lucas is there. Holliston, you tell me. I wonder if Holliston can do a better job of kind of getting back and helping. Seems like there's a little bit of ball watching, especially when the ball comes down into their end. Mulvaney gets it in. Fitzgerald's there to help. Trying to find Utke on the outside and can't.
I know, it is kind of tough because I feel like you can tell Holliston, both teams are getting a little bit tired, but Ashland, I think, especially in the early half of the game, and especially Mulvaney, they've been doing a good job of kind of applying pressure to especially Ashland's midfield. So if they keep that up, like right here, then that kind of blocks their service to their forward. But it is hard when both teams get a little tired.
It's all about service. Kate McCarron tries to deliver some service.
Here we go. She's got a lot of space coming up wide here. I know, they've been getting stuck in that corner over there, but
yeah, they are. You're quite right.
Great cross.
Ball up, it's over! Oh, and no one's on the other end of that.
That was a beautiful cross there.
Great ball across by Hannah Holden. Panda Dose says the one time we saw her a little out of position, and if there was a Holliston attacker on the other end of that, the score would be different. Great ball across by Hannah Holden. From distance as well.
Yeah. And you see, this is trouble right here. But I will say number 9 on Holliston has done a good job of kind of recovering some of those balls that have gotten through on Ashland.
Talking to Coach Chadsey before that. So that's Sophie Grant. She said that defense kind of built around her, and she's a sophomore, so she's going to be here for a couple more years. Fitzgerald's there. Claire Fitzgerald right in the middle, really doing a good job of keeping that ball forward and always thinking forward, always thinking attack. So we talked about our sponsorships. A couple more sponsors we have talked about. One of them is Basil's Pizza. Again, another Holliston institution. Ball up. Bounces over the defender. And Pandadosi's there. McGelliot coming all the way up from the back. Almost able to get something on that, but can't do it. Basil's Pizza. That's kind of like, that's the sports restaurant of Holliston. So when you think about Holliston sports, how many times are people like, you know what? We had a game tonight. I mean, tonight, after this game, I bet you this whole stands are going to go to Basil's for pizza tonight. And why wouldn't you? Because the pizza's fantastic. It's got that Greek flair to it, so they have their menu is a little bit more extensive. And the other thing is every time you go to Basil's, it's a great time. All right, so Holliston corner, another trouble spot here. John, what do you see?
Well, I just wish they'd try the short corner again because it goes to the crowd.
He sees the short corner.
I guess it's gone nowhere. There was somebody just waiting to pick it up. And once you do that 2 or 3 times, the defense gets all kind of shaky, and they start moving off the line.
There you go.
So it's sort of like a game of cat and mouse.
Can we get a word down? We need a message down to Coach Chadsey.
I wouldn't bother talking to Coach Chadsey, to be honest.
Coach Chadsey. Well, I'm sure she listens. Claire Fitzgerald one time.
No.
Can't turn it. Sure, Coach Chadsey watches these games and listens to every word you say.
Good.
She does. She's been doing that for years. All right, we got a Holliston High School. We got a high school soccer timeout, and this is coming at a really good time as we're entering the 75th minute. So that'll give us time to talk about some more of our sponsors. Our fourth sponsor, we talked about Basil's, right? So everybody, let's just right now, if you're hungry or you still haven't eaten, right? Yeah. Then go to Basil's. What is that? And the best. And Lindsay Crane says they have the best mozzarella sticks. So there you go. You need to hear nothing else other than go to Basil's and get some mozzarella sticks. You know what? I just hope they have enough for this crowd tonight. Our fourth sponsor of the five sponsors of Holliston High School sports is, of course, Rich Powers in the Henry Studio. And Rich Powers this is a photography studio, and you want to talk. We actually, although Lindsay did take a really good picture of us tonight, that I think it might be posted on the Holliston social media right now. That's a great picture. Nothing against Lindsay. Of course, she did take it with my phone, so not for nothing. It's an iPhone 13 mini. But if you want to get real pictures taken, like real, actual, like professional pictures, like artistic pictures, go to the Henry Studio, talk to Rich Powers, and he is an artist. And, Bruce Guilfoy, formerly of Guilfoy Art and Framing, I mean, you guys must have had plenty of Henry Studio pictures that you guys helped make into masterpieces over the years. Yes, he did. There you go. So that's... And Guilfoy Art Studio, which has since been retired, right? Oh, sad. So, I mean, they would be a sponsor tonight if they hadn't retired. But of course, this is Bruce Guilfoy who's talking on right now, and Bruce Guilfoy, of course, and Guilfoy Art and Framing, another long-standing Holliston institution. But you know what? When it's time to retire, it's time to retire. But you know who's not retired is the Henry Studio. You know who's not retired yet is Holliston High School, as they're under 5 minutes to play here in a 0-0 game. So everybody needs to dig in, because these next 5 minutes are going to be crazy. And I know right now that the Storm is watching this. There's some Storm people watching, so you guys need to dig in. This is like a Game 7. This is like a Game 7. This is like a Game 3 in fall softball. At the top of the 7th, and 1 out. There she is. Lauren Mulvaney finds Claire Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald pushes forward.
Oh, good ball. Just a little too much there, but good idea by
Fitzgerald trying to find Caitlin Clark, right?
I think so, yeah.
I'm wondering if Ashland is kind of sensing that this might be, that they may walk out of here with 1 point, and that might be enough. Because Holliston seems hungry to try and score that go-ahead. Fitzgerald with a bump. No call. Trying to find Kate McCarron. McCarron gets a foot on it. She gets a head on it.
Still going.
Pandadosi's there to scoop it up. Kate McCarron trying to muscle that ball in. Ashland taking their time. Ellie Grandfors is there. Looked like it could have been a handball, but no whistle. Fitzgerald's there. Don't be surprised if you hear some coaching coming in these final minutes. Things start to get exciting. Ashland pushes down into Holliston. That's going to be an Ashland throw.
This turned out to be a really a really close, interesting game. I'm liking the evenly matched teams here. I feel like.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
I'll tell you what, it'll be nice. It'd be nice to see. I think a goal here.
Yeah.
Could be fun to see, but at the same time,
Holliston has had some good opportunities here. I think they're really knocking on the door.
McCarron, this is where Kate McCarron can really change
good block
a game.
by Mulvaney.
That looked like it hit a hand as well. Sophie Grant hesitated for a minute, decided to take it herself. I'm concerned if there's a need for speed right now, but I don't want Holliston to make a mistake.
Oh, here's McCarron.
Get. Go on. Take it yourself.
She just needs
Karen
one more.
did a good job of not trying to earn a whistle. And I think the refs might have put their whistles in their pocket for the last 2 minutes of this game. Uki's there.
Nice.
Uki's able to come away with it. Gets back to it. Here comes Ashland on the turn. Fatigue is really starting to set in, as you can see. Uki's there, Mulvaney. Ashland pushed the ball forward, and there's space. Sophie Grant's there.
Nice.
And it's going to be an Ashland throw as we're winding this down.
Ooh, Ashland.
Ball across. Nice play by Fitzgerald. She able to get a foot on it. Here
nice.
She goes.
And she's got space.
Claire Fitzgerald with some space pushes forward, tries to find Hannah Holden. Hannah Holden too fast.
Oh, that was a good idea, but
Hannah Holden had an opportunity out there to see if she could get Caitlin Clark. Just turned on it and hit it too quickly. It's time winding down. I want to get careless here. Fitzgerald's there. Ball's forward. Turn. Lucas is there. And the ball clears and it scores.
Oh, my God.
Ashland scores. In what I think is the final minute. The ball bounced off Kira Lucas's hands.
Oh, that was a dangerous play there.
And it looks like with a Holliston player, I don't know if she's down. I don't know if that's Sophie Grant, but Ashland scores in the final minute as time's winding down. That's Claire Fitzgerald that went down.
Well, good luck to Ashland. They kept them there, but it's a little sad because that's not a fair.
That's unfortunate.
Indication of how the game's going on.
So Holliston, last-ditch effort here to try and even this up, but Ashland scores, and I'm not sure. I can't remember who it was who scored for Ashland. It looks like it might have been, and that's it. Holliston loses a heartbreaker as Ashland scores in the final minute of the game.
Wow, that was
super
an
tough loss.
Unlucky play there.
Really, really unlucky. As ball came in, it bounced off Kira Lucas' hands, and then another Ashland player came in and was just able to close it out. And that was in the final minutes. Tough loss for Holliston. They played a super game. We talked about this. Both teams played a super game tonight.
Right, they did.
And Holliston just got unlucky at the end.
Yeah.
Well, it goes that way sometimes.
And it goes that way sometimes.
That's right.
So Holliston's got nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to be.
At all.
They just.
Game. No.
And unfortunately, like we had said earlier on, like that goal is, was really hard to come by, and it took 79 minutes for it to get here.
I do think Ashland they caught the Holliston team kind of at their most tired. So, but yeah, this was a great game. Both teams played very well, and Holliston they did have some really close opportunities, so they should be proud of themselves because they definitely were unlucky in some moments, but both teams played very well.
Well, you'd said it like right before the end of the, right as we were coming, like this is a really interesting game.
It is.
Yeah, this is a really good. On behalf of the crew here at the Holliston Hub and our guest announcer Phoebe, and the godfather of Holliston soccer, John Marshall, Lindsey Crane, our senior camera person, and, of course, the executive director, Bruce Guilfoy. Thank you for joining us tonight on Holliston Girls Varsity Soccer. Tough loss for Holliston against Ashland. The final score is Ashland 1 and Holliston 0. We'll see everybody next time, and thank you for joining us. Please come back and support the Holliston Hub. We'll see everybody next time here at Holliston Girls Varsity Soccer. Thank you, and have a great night.